Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? We're back using this gorgeous shadow and light oracle. Christina, again, thank you so much for your generosity. I was so happy yesterday when I received the decks that you sent. The artwork just transports me. This behavior and interpretation I want made into like a beautiful backing on a coat, like a white jean coat or something. It's just so gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love this first card too, solution and problem. And whenever I see the word problem, I remember this thing like my mom always sort of instilled in me since I was young. There are always options. There's always solutions. When we calm our mind, they come in almost immediately. When we get all bent out of shape and hyped up, we create blockages because we create scenarios and more problems that really don't exist. And most of the time, if we see problems as projects, then we're like, oh, let's see it. It's like a puzzle. So I love this because oftentimes there can be many different solutions to the same problem, right? And the more we try to overthink and rush things, we can feel stuck. And then the situation can feel like it's overwhelming us. But if we think outside the box and we're open to any solutions there might be at hand, we look outward to see what other people have done, but also inward to see that if we can feel the solution within us. I promise the calmer state of mind always prevails and opens that doors for the solutions much sooner as well, and remove yourself from stressful situations and just realize it's almost, I picture it almost like being at the base of like a huge mountain, and it's like letting in, oh my God, it's going to be so cold. Am I going to get frostbite? Blah, blah. You're inviting in more problems and then you can overwhelm yourself. So instead, just look at the vista and how gorgeous and mystical and magical all the snow is and the summit, things of that nature. It's the lens that we look through that we're able to realize that a beautiful view is awaiting us, with all of that. It's amazing. It's well worth it. And no, you have the power and the ability to change your situation, whatever it is. And we have to speak and write the positive affirmations on that, right? Like, it is easy. I am capable. This is much simpler. This is a step-by-step process. This is going to turn out in my favor. All of those words that really lift, open, and make these things available to us, which brings us to probably my favorite card in the deck just because of the sheer beauty. And I had so many Japanese fighting fishes. I had one in my Virginia apartment, and it hardly gets really, really cold there, but I went back to Connecticut to see my parents, and the super turned the heat way off, and literally the temperature of the water got too cold for Jasper and he turned black. And when I got back, I'm like, oh, he murdered my fish. They are such an amazing, betas. They are so gorgeous. They come in reds and blues and they're so majestic. I just love this. Now, I love behavior and interpretation because how we interpret things really, really will affect our behavior, right? If we see somebody as hostile or aggressive, our behavior is going to change, right? If someone is peaceful and calm and welcoming, again, our behavior will change how we see things. It is the energy, right? And a lot of energy readers are really true to this. And sometimes just on autopilot, there are ways that we can tell whether energy is welcome or not. Like people that cross their arms and step away automatically from somebody, it's like that they're interpreting energy not to be welcoming, because behavior is highly dependent on interpretation. We're intelligent, and how we behave is not simply a systemic reaction to what's happening around us. We have the ability to interpret, to analyze, and think before we take action. So how we behave is a result of how we interpret situations. And this card definitely encourages us to keep our eye on the inner visions about other people's actions. What do you tell yourself is happening and how you view the situation will definitely I like to always pause. If I see anything that seems scrambled, I see when I'm interpreting things almost like Scrabble letters. When you first flip them over, they're not formed in any words. They're not formed in any situation. It's literally scrambled. So what do? We pause and we analyze it, right? So that helps us the most, so then we can have a calm interpretation. And, it's tempting to stay in our own mind and convince ourselves also that we're right or the way we see it is the way it is. And this is saying, hey, let's just really settle in and really take a bird's eye view of this, and also take other people's feelings into account too. Like, I was at the post office, which is not fun this time of year. This girl came in and literally was like trying to tell the other woman behind the counter her job and what she should be doing, and she showed up without ID, she showed up with everything and was making all these demands. And I love how they just, the more obnoxious you get, the more formidable they are, where they're like, nope, this is what's required. They're literally like the DMV, no document, no action. And like, I really liked that the woman behind the counter wasn't taking anything personally, but she was realizing that this woman just thought that if she barked louder, she would be able to get whatever she wanted. And there was an emphatic no there, and without being hostile. So again, if we can modify our behavior to stay calm, we can usually have higher reasoning in all circumstances, right? Now, I love this offended and enlightened, because I sometimes, when I go on, it doesn't matter, YouTube, IG, I'm like, I'm just curious about the comments. If it has anything to do with, a lot of times, spirituality, people have different viewpoints, religion, spirituality, all of these different things. And again, interpretation of it, right? And some people, when they think they're right and they're not listening to others, it almost sounds like a 3-year-old, like a tantrum, like, no, this is what it is. But it's like, without being able to open your ears and hear other people. And feeling offended by something is often a sign of insecurity within ourselves. The areas that we have confidence in rarely make us feel offended, right? If someone says something negative about it because you know deep within yourself they're wrong, it doesn't bother you. But if we feel it strikes a chord or a trigger, then of course we do. And I feel like the more enlightened we are, the more open-minded, the more peaceful, the less that we care about other people's opinions, the less we become offended. And I feel like people that are out to offend, they're hurting to some degree. It's a projection. Somebody's problematic in their world. So if we can, kind of endure for a moment and really try to offer, how are you? Are you okay? This seems off balance for you, or you seem like you're having a hard day. A little bit of comfort and empathy can go a long way for sure. As I swear, it is crazy what people get offended about, right? It's hilarious. I watch so many podcasts, and it's like, now I know all my comedians that I love, their triggers, because it's so funny if somebody goes in on weight, hair, delivery of jokes, you just already know. But the more that our heart is open and the more that our mind is searching for compassion and calmness, the less that we truly are offended by anything. I know I'm most offended in my car. I'm offended by everybody, how they drive, why they drive that way, why they cut us off. Somebody pulled up behind me and the light turned green, literally a half a second, and they laid on the horn. That's egregious to me. That's the number one thing that offends me. It scares me, and it makes me just want to gas and get out of there. But then I'm instantly mad and offended by the person, and it's like, I almost want to just literally turn off my car, get out of the car, and do some slow laps around the car and be like, oh, I'm just practicing some yoga moves. Don't scare other people with your impatience, that kind of thing. But then I realized that this person probably goes through their life offending and arguing and impatient. So it's like, then I have a little bit of empathy for them, because I'm like, you will have no rest or peace when you operate like this, And I feel like now everybody is searching for calm. They're searching for that inner high vibrational person that says, hey, it's all right. You're getting there. You don't have to be offended by any of this, because people that want to offend you, they don't deserve your energy or attention anyway. So my beauties, that is what you're meant to hear today. Hope you all have a great day. Love and light.